Although face-to-face interviews remain the preferred method for workplace investigations, video and telephone interviews have become valuable alternatives, particularly when participants are working remotely, located in different regions, or when time is critical. The choice of interview mode should always balance practicality with the need to obtain reliable evidence. Video interviews are generally the preferred remote option because they still allow investigators to observe facial expressions, eye contact, and some nonverbal behavior. Before the interview begins, investigators should confirm that the interviewee is in a private location, free from interruptions or other people who might influence the discussion. It is also good practice to explain the interview process, establish what will happen if the connection is interrupted, and remind participants that confidentiality requirements remain the same as in an in-person interview. Throughout the session, investigators should continue to build rapport through active listening, maintaining eye contact with the camera, and demonstrating warm neutrality. Telephone interviews are normally used only when video or face-to-face meetings are not feasible. Without visual cues, investigators cannot observe body language, confirm whether the interviewee is alone, or determine whether someone else may be coaching responses. If the interviewee repeatedly places the investigator on hold or delays answering questions, this should be documented, as it may indicate they are consulting other people or reviewing information before responding. Whether the interview is conducted by video or telephone, investigators should clarify at the outset whether the session will be recorded and obtain any consent required by organizational policy or applicable law. If recording is used, it is helpful to identify everyone participating in the interview and note whenever someone joins or leaves the session. While recordings provide an accurate record of the interview, investigators should also recognize that some individuals may become more cautious when they know they are being recorded. Remote interviews also require careful handling of digital evidence. Documents, emails, screenshots, or chat logs can be shared securely through screen sharing or electronic file transfer. Any digital evidence presented during the interview should be preserved promptly and handled in a manner that maintains its authenticity and chain of custody. Although investigators often take notes electronically during virtual interviews, they should avoid focusing so heavily on note-taking that they lose engagement with the interviewee. Despite their limitations, virtual interviews offer several practical advantages. They allow investigators to interview participants quickly across different locations, reduce travel costs and scheduling delays, and help preserve evidence by shortening the time between an incident and the interview. They also provide a safer option when dealing with potentially hostile individuals, allowing the investigation to proceed without unnecessary physical risk. When properly planned and managed, video interviews can produce evidence that is nearly as effective and reliable as traditional face-to-face interviews.